Hey folks, it's Bronwyn here from Divine Inner Alchemy, and welcome to week 3 of this month's meditation series, which is called Meditation Made Easy. And this week, where our object of meditation is going to be mantra. So, mantra is a word or a phrase that is repeated over and over again. It's most commonly associated with like a phrase or a word it's devotional, so devoted to the divine energy or God, if you want to call it that, or whatever. Many names for something that can't be named. But yeah, I mean, you may know it as like, because there's often you hear people say, "Oh, that's my mantra," and it'll just be, like a phrase or a word that people use to it's like an affirmation, basically. So you can use whatever mantra you like. Today we're actually going to use the one, it's very common, Om Mani Padme Hum. It means jewel in the lotus, or that's what it's most often translated into meaning, jewel in the lotus. But you can use whatever you like. You can find another um, Buddhist or Hindu mantra. Um, Om Shiva Om. There's heaps of them. You just have to search and find them, or you can make your own. You can do something that's pertains specifically to you or something that you really like. So, such as, I am beautiful, I am peace, I am love, I am compassion. And the idea is you just repeat it over and over again. So, for the sake of this meditation, we're going to just do it I'll lead it for 5 minutes or so, and then I'll leave space of about 5 minutes for you to practice it on your own. Um, However, traditionally, quite often mantras are done with a set of prayer beads, which is like this. My prayer beads, little picture of Osho on there. I love Osho. And so this is a set of it's much like a rosary, but it's like a Buddhist or Hindu tradition, and it has 108 beads on it. So the idea is much like a rosary. You hold one and you just do your mantra. Om Mani Padme Hum. On to the next one. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. And as I said, there's 108 beads on here, which is supposed to be how many times you repeat a mantra for it to be effective. Um, I can't tell you too much about 108 other than that I know it's a very auspicious number. It's something that's very sacred in Buddhist and Hindu traditions. But as I said, we're not going to do that because I know many of you probably don't have a set of prayer beads. So we're just going to meditate for, like I said, I'll lead it for 5 minutes and then I'll let you do it by yourself. Um, so before we do that, I actually would just like to talk a little bit about Om Mani Padme Hum. And this is probably my go-to mantra. So the reason I've chosen mantra and included mantra meditation in the Meditation Made Easy series is because it is actually one of the easiest things to meditate on, other than your breath and your body. Mantra is something you don't need anything for. Um, like I said, you don't even need the prayer beads. You don't need a candle or a flower or whatever, any kind of object. It's there. You just simply need the phrase. And for me, I've also found it very helpful um, to, it's like last week I said, meditation, breath is my go-to for meditation. However, when I'm going about my day-to-day business, if I find that my mind gets stuck in a loop, which it used to do quite often. Fortunate to say, or happy to say, that it doesn't actually get stuck like that very much anymore. But just, I'm sure that lots of you listening out there will understand your mind can get stuck in a loop. You just need something to happen, somebody to say something to you or do something, and your mind can just get stuck in this loop of round and round and round of thoughts that are very similar and often negative. So it might be something like, I should have said this, I should have responded that. Why didn't I, that kind of thing. I'm sure you all get it. And it's not helpful. It's really not conducive to a peaceful state of mind if your mind is in this loop of negative thinking around a particular incident or something that happened. And I have found when that's happened, when I catch myself and realize I'm stuck in a loop, um, and it doesn't go because there's other things I've got where I catch myself and I like, okay, let's let that go, focus on this. But I always, sometimes I find that my mind will take me back to that loop. And when I find that it just continuously takes me back to that loop of negative thinking, I'll use a mantra to trip the mind up, to give it something else to focus on. And I have to do it for maybe 5 to 10, maybe 15 minutes. And then I can stop and the mind doesn't loop anymore. So I found that a very useful thing. So that's why I've included in this meditation made easy series. So anyway, I got a bit sidetracked there, but back to Om Mani Padme Hum. So as I said, it is quite often translated into the jewel in the lotus, with Mani being jewel and Padme being the lotus, and then the Om and the Hum at the end. And as I know Om is like the my understanding is that it's the supposed to be the original sound that was uttered by the divine or God or whatever. But I had a look on the internet, and so just excuse me, I'm actually going to um, read from the internet what it actually means. So Om, and this is just, hey, AI, thank you, AI, which has got it from Wikipedia and another website called Mindworks. But it says Om represents the practitioner's impure body, speech, and mind, as well as the pure body, speech, and mind of a Buddha. It signifies the beginning of transformation. And then, as I said, Mani is often translated into the jewel and it symbolizes an intention to become enlightened, embodying compassion and love. And then Padme is the lotus. So the lotus is a very beautiful symbol in Buddhist tradition. And it's considered to be pure because it rises from the mud, yet it doesn't have any kind of mud stains. So you can search more about that. And then Hum indicates the unity of method, compassion, and wisdom coming together, which is essential for achieving enlightenment. So in Buddhist and Hindu traditions, they also believe that sound can actually invoke this enlightened energy. Um, so yeah, that's why they use mantra. So you can, in your own practice, you can sing this if you like. You can find many meditation mantras online. I would highly recommend Deva Premal. She's an amazing um, singer who's just got the most divine voice, in my opinion, anyway. But another one I really like is Kevin James Carroll. He's an Australian guy. And you can just download some of their meditations, their mantras online and sing along to those. They're beautiful. Of course, you don't have to sing. You can actually just repeat it in verbal form, not singing. Spoken is the word I'm looking for. So that's what we're going to do today. Alrighty, so enough about that. Let's get on with meditating. And yep, okay, I'm going to take my glasses off. So, as always, whenever I do a meditation, um, I focus on my breath and I do a body alignment just to check the posture of the body. So I'm going to be doing that in every meditation that I ever do with you, is bringing your attention to your breath, quickly doing a body check, body posture check, and then we'll go into whatever the meditation technique is. For today, it's mantra. So I invite you to be relaxed. As I've said previously, sit in a chair or you can sit in lotus or half lotus position if you're flexible enough to do that. Most of us aren't though, so I recommend sitting in a chair. Rather than lying down, I do recommend that because lying down, it's very easy to go to sleep. So sit in a chair with your back up straight, and as I've said previously in the other videos, you may need a cushion. See, I've got one here behind me. As I find that most chairs don't actually aren't designed to make you sit, to help you sit up straight. So you don't want to be stiff. You just want to be sitting. The reason I use a cushion is because then I can sort of just lean back on that cushion and feel relaxed. I'm not having to hold myself up in a position which requires a lot of energy and muscle strength. But I use the cushion so that I can do that. So sitting in a chair with your feet on the floor, legs uncrossed, and you can either have your eyes closed or you can have your eyes slightly open and looking at a degree at a spot on the floor or right in front of you, about 45-degree angle. So I just invite you to do that now. Just sit nice and comfortably. Close your eyes or just close them down so that they're slightly open. Bring your attention to your breath. So just begin to watch your breath as it comes in and out of your body. So breathing in, breathing out, and your breathing can go at your own pace. So breathing in, breathing out, and with each new breath in, taking it a little deeper into your body, trying to breathe so that your abdomen is the first part that rises, not your chest. It's okay if that's not what happens. Just be okay with whatever's going on, but that's the aim. You want the breath to raise the abdomen area first before the chest. So breathing in, taking it a little deeper and slowing it right down as well. And on the out breath, just using the out breath to consciously relax your body. Relax your body and your mind, allowing all the thoughts of the day to just let go. Just put them aside just for these few moments that you've taken for yourself. And we're going to do a body posture check now. So on the next breath, take your awareness to your feet and your legs. As I said, your feet are firmly planted on the floor, the legs are uncrossed. And if there's any tension that you notice, just releasing it on the out breath. On your next breath in, taking your attention to your back and your spine. So as I said, you're sitting up straight, not stiff, just a nice straight back and relaxed. Allowing any tension or tightness that you may notice just to fall away on the out breath. And on the next breath in, bringing your awareness to your shoulders, allowing them to fall away from your ears and just consciously opening them up a little bit. So just bringing them back, not too far so that it's uncomfortable, but just bringing them back to open up that heart and chest area. And again, any tension or tightness that you notice, because shoulders are a place where many of us hold a lot of tension and tightness, just consciously allowing it to fall away. On your next breath in, bringing your attention to your arms and your hands. So your arms are just loosely by your sides, and your hands can either be placed on your legs, palm up or palm down, or they can be cupped one inside the other with thumb tips lightly touching each other. On your next breath in, bringing your attention to your head and your neck, visualizing a cord coming from the crown of your head to pull you up. And your neck is nice and straight. Again, releasing any tension or tightness on the out breath. On your next breath in, bringing your attention to your jaw, your mouth area, and your chin. So your chin can be just slightly tucked, and that helps to keep the back of the neck straight. Your jaw is nice and loose, your mouth is slightly open, and your tongue is just resting on the back of your top teeth, just behind your top teeth there on the roof of your mouth. And then on the next breath in, just bringing your attention to your eye area. As I said, you can have them closed or you can have them slightly open, which is what I recommend. And you can have a look at my other videos as to why I recommend that. So now that we've checked our posture and that we're breathing slowly and calmly, we're going to start using the mantra as our meditation. So as you breathe in, just saying, you can say it out loud if you like, or you can just say it internally. Om Mani Padme Hum. Breathing out, Om Mani Padme Hum. Breathing in, Om Mani Padme Hum. Breathing out, Om Mani Padme Hum. Breathing in, Om Mani Padme Hum. Breathing out, Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 And so now I'm going to leave some minutes of silence for you to practice that on your own. And so just remembering, if you find at some point or you notice at some point that you have wandered away from the mantra, congratulate yourself for noticing and just gently bring your awareness back and start the mantra again. And so, as we bring this meditation to a close, just finish the mantra you're on now. Bring your attention to your breath and to your body, and just notice any sensations, any internal sensations. How are you feeling? Is there a sense of greater peace and stillness that you have now after this meditation than you had before we started? And so just if you notice that there is, be grateful for that. And just remember that this feeling of peace and stillness that you can feel, and it's okay if you can't feel it, remembering that a meditation practice takes a little bit of time. Just be persistent with it, and you will feel these feelings of peace. And if you are feeling them, then congratulations, well done. And just remember that this feeling of peace and stillness, it's within you. It exists within you, and it is always there, always there. It's just that the chatter of our minds covers the stillness. So all that you need to do to access this stillness is just to take a few moments, a few minutes for yourself. Focus on your breath or your body or a mantra, and you can access this feeling of stillness and peace. So just feeling your body, feeling your feet on the floor, feeling your body as it's sitting in the chair that you're in, or on the floor, or if you're sitting on the floor. Becoming aware of the room that you're in, your surroundings. Again, bring awareness to your breath. If you have your eyes closed, you can start to gently open them. You may like to wriggle your fingers or your toes, roll your shoulders, move your head or your body in any way that it feels comfortable or it wants to do so. Perhaps even have a stretch. All of these things help to bring you fully back into your body. So, how did you go with that? I'm really curious. If you have any comments, please comment below, either on YouTube or Facebook, if you're watching this on Facebook. Yeah, let me know how you went, what you think. Do you like this, not like it? So this is the last week that I'm going to do the Meditation Made Easy series. Next month in January, I'll be doing a different theme on how to make meditation a healthy habit. Which reminds me, I'd like to do a big shout out to the guys at Skillful Mind, Peter Radcliffe and his team. They were the ones that really helped me, their meditation course. I was meditating before that, but my meditation practice had been pretty sporadic. And then I discovered them and did their meditation course, and it changed. Yeah, it changed my meditation practice. It really, really helped. So a lot of the meditation techniques and the different things, that's where they come from. I mean, they're fairly common, but yeah, that's where I draw my inspiration from, is the meditation techniques. So I just wanted to acknowledge that Skillful Mind, and give credit where credit's due. So yeah. Okay, if you like what you have done, and if you're still here, congratulations, because well done. Most people would skip out at, I don't know, whatever, 30 seconds, a minute. So if you're still here, beautiful. Thank you so much for your support. And if you'd like to support me, I offer these for free. I don't want payment. Of course, if people want to make a donation, then you can contact me, and I'm happily receive one. But for me, meditation is something that should be for free. It should be accessible for everybody. It doesn't need to be something that you make money from. In saying that, though, what you can do is hit like or either on YouTube or Facebook or subscribe, and that would be really helpful for me. Or share it is another thing that you can do if you feel to do that, but no expectations. Okay. Um, yeah, okay. All right. Thank you much. Thank you, everybody, and I'll see you next month for making meditation a healthy habit. Bye for now.